The opinion was about her being biased. And Shari had made a statement regarding how could she be trying to put Kevin on a chopping block and letting, BK slide in so many words. And I asked her, because I was curious, was she talking about others, including HB? And she said yes, but then it was more like a recap. And I said, no, not a recap of someone else, but actually you're saying your own words, you're covering with your own recap. I mean, you know what I mean? And this is where she kind of felt like she needed to post a video. Didn't make sense to me. I mean, I'm not worried about anything, but I just say that, you have to watch. These women are very immature, and really it's nothing to see here on my end, but I know how y'all do. Y'all might try to make something out of it, but it's okay. I don't stay long with these things.
Thank you, Queen Jewel.
Yeah.
So I just want to correct you, Queen Jules. I wasn't thinking about Rizzy. I was talking to Tess and Mess about a completely different topic. And Shari made it about Rizzy again.
Girl, listen, but what I said, okay, so whatever it was,
So that was incorrect. That's all.
Okay, that's fine. But whatever it was, it ended up being a conversation of you covering, being biased, like covering one thing and not covering another. And I remember what I said. I asked you about HB, correct?
Well, as
yes
Shari,
or no? No. Yes or no?
You asked me about HB and I said yes.
Huh? Well, yeah, you said yes, but then I went on to say, did you cover her or did you recap someone else covering her? So
I covered a recap that was between her and Rizzy, but now we're not going to move the goalpost, right?
No, I'm not moving anything, but the point of it is,
as Shari just so eloquently said, I was live for 13 hours covering that whole recap between.
I know, but you're listen, you have two adult women, you're discussing stuff, we're giving our opinion and you're upset. Why? Why did you take it to the magnitude?
Well, Shari wasn't really giving an opinion. Shari said whatever she said to Tess and Mess, but then she wanted to continue to attack her. And that was someone that I invited into my panel. So that's what happened.
I didn't attack her. I had a point. I wasn't yelling.
No, you made your point. And I was actually agreeing with your point.
You think it's right that I'm riding for you, been watching you for 11 hours and somebody brand new comes in and I express something to her and you diss me for that person?
Brand new came
when I've been with you for 10 hours watching you in the live?
I invited somebody over to my live.
So when I say something to her, you just so quick to diss me? Like,
I didn't
get mad at me?
You said what you needed to say to her. And I was in agreement with you. I did not get mad at you. Okay? So you need to rewatch that clip. You said what you said, and I did agree with you. Nobody should be, talking about one thing and then sitting in the same box with the same people that do the same shit. You were right on, spot on with that.
So why was you upset at me for my opinion then?
Because it wasn't an opinion, it was a question, and I answered your question. So you got
upset? You got that upset? Did you want to make a video because I asked the question?
No, I got upset because you sent that message to Shari.
Noonie,
how do you know
Noonie, that was not send it? It was not Queen Jules, Noonie. That when that message was blank, you had no name on it to just put her name on it.
Don't blow smoke up my ass because the same exact message that she sent to you is the same shit she typed in the comments.
It was Noonie.
What?
Noonie, on my son's life, and you know how much I love Naeem.
It was the same comment that she wrote in my comments.
Noonie, my hand to God, Noonie. It was not Queen Jules, Noonie. I promise to God to you, it was not Queen Jules, Noonie. You was wrong for putting that lady's name in it, Noonie. It was not. On Naeem, I'm telling you. It was not Queen Jules, Noonie.
Okay,
you should never put her name on that if you did not know for sure.
Queen Jules, the live was not about Rizzy. So when you asked me your question and I answered it, you challenged me and said, well, why didn't you recap HB? Because you know what? You guys don't tell me what I'm going to talk about and what I'm going to recap.
To this magnitude? From a question?
Queen Jules, this is not even about you at this point.
Yeah, but you...
But you put it in a whole video talking about
and I
Queen
did,
Jules bullying Rizzy.
I did, and
So you
And
want you want the smoke,
and
or
maybe you shouldn't be
you want
sharing the
the
DMs
fire?
that you get from people, Shari.
It was not Queen Jewel, so why would you put her in it if it wasn't her, Noonie?
Because she wants the smoke and the fire.
All right, yeah. So I want the smoke.
You
All
want
right,
my
so then
dragon breath.
Yep, I want all of your attention. I want your smoke. And I just want to say, Shari, you're right. And I want Kev's dingaling too. Okay, just like you
Ooh, at
told
least you
Carrie
admitted it.
in
You
that
heard that,
fucking text
Kev.
message. All right.
I didn't say that she
Now,
wanted
all
her
right.
dingling. I said it
So
seems
Kev,
like
here it
you may
goes.
have
I
left
want your
her.
dingaling so bad.
There's
When
no
are you
need
gonna
for
give
y'all
it
to
to
be
me,
fighting
Kev?
over
Oh, y'all,
little
let
old
Kev
me.
talk.
When are you
Hold
gonna
on.
give it to me, Kev?
There's no need. There's
I'm
no
begging
need.
you. I'm
Okay,
begging you.
so what you gonna
I'm
shout me
begging
down
for
now?
it.
So you
I'm
gonna shout
begging.
me down there? Okay, Madcap, what kind of
Kev, I'm
establishment did you
sorry,
run?
Kev. Kev, I'm
What kind
sorry,
of
Kev.
there's enough for me to go around, lady. There's no need in y'all cat fighting like this and stuff like that. All you gotta do is just jump to my DM and I'll carefully select which one is gonna be next. God, it's enough of this. I got enough dingling for I swear to God I do. But let me say this: it's a little cold over here. Anybody got a jacket that I can use since I've been put in the freezer and shit? Like it's a little. It's
Yup,
cold
you're
in this.
still in
I
the
was one.
freezer.
Wait, why you look? Why look. I saw all this coming. Because, see, anytime you is based off of a common enemy, y'all ain't going to last long anyway. So I don't care who likes who. I don't care who had what to say about what. I don't care who. You can call out a trademark anything you want, anything you feel like you want. Spend the bread. No problem. I don't care about none of that shit. All this right here, yeah, I'm sitting back eating popcorn, picking my motherfucking gums because I saw this shit.
Wait, what happened to Kev? He dropped. Now he picking his gums.
So yeah, I saw it coming too, and I'm glad that I was told what I was told, because at the end of the day, it's happening exactly the way it was supposed
Noonie,
to happen.
Private told me that you've
And
been talking about me like a piece of trash for weeks, girl.
he
Private told
did?
me today that you've been talking shit about me. She been talking
Oh
horrible about me.
wow.
Private said
Is
she's
that
not been liking
so?
me for over a month and a half because of how you've been making her think about me. Well, I've been on the phone with your ass for hours thinking you was a real friend to me. You've been
That's not
talking
what she
shit.
told me.
She said you got Sam, Private, all of them over there hating me. Hating me, making them think that I'm trying to get in between you and Carrie.
Where's Private? Somebody share the live to Private, and somebody
Do
share
you
the live to
owe me an
Sam.
Private
apology
canceled
or
that trip
no?
too.
One at a time, lady.
Private canceled
Somebody
the cruise
share the
trip.
live to Private, and somebody
Noonie,
share the
How
live
do
to
a how
Sam.
do
Noonie,
Showtime? God damn it.
Private canceled the trip, Noonie. She ain't going
Good.
with you. And Sam. Sam canceled too.
I'm so glad. I am so glad. And what that got to do with me?
So she did say it wasn't me. You don't have nothing to say, Noonie?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
She
Poor
just like
thing.
Kev. That's why I told her. She
You
just
poor
like Kev. She
thing.
ain't no better than Kev. She a
I'm
bully
not mad
too.
at you though, girl, because I saw you coming a mile away. Toodles.
Bye. So yeah, so if everybody can actually, how about I just cancel the whole trip and I'll just go, because you know what? I wouldn't fucking want to go anywhere with you bitches at this point. You guys are fucking real big old scumbags, for real, for real. And
You're the
I'm
one
glad
showing
that you
people's
just
text
lied on
messages,
private,
Noonie.
because I have a whole
You are
text
the one
message
showing
of her
people's text
telling me
messages.
that she can't fucking stand you because you were the
She
one
told me that. She
yep,
told me
she said
that.
that she can't stand
She said
you
because you've been telling her bad things about me.
because Carrie told her that you came in between the group of the three of us. Okay?
Girl, you lie.
So that's what she told
Girl, you
me.
lie. Shut up.
No, bitch, you
Man,
shut
I'm
the
not
fuck
going to
up.
hear.
Shut
I'm
up.
not, man, again, I want to have
Go
this
shut up.
conversation. Guess what I won't do? I won't give you the satisfaction of arguing back and forth with you. I'm not going
Ain't
to do
nobody
it.
even
You're
want
not
you
worth
the
that.
one that came in here with guns blazing. We couldn't even hear the clip
Don't have.
because you wanted to show.
Don't have.
Noonie, let's keep it real. I didn't give you a penny because I already knew I wasn't. I said, I just met these women. I don't know. We gonna make it to June, so I didn't give you a
I
penny
didn't
on that
ask
trip,
nobody for
and I didn't give you a
nothing.
penny on. You
I
was
didn't ask
asking me,
nobody for
book your
nothing.
trip, Shari. Book your
I didn't
trip.
ask
Book your
nobody for
trip.
nothing. So
Book your
don't worry
trip.
about
Book your
that. I never
trip.
asked you for a
I didn't
penny.
give you a penny
When did
because
I
I knew
fucking
you.
There we go. I figured it out.
Well, I'm not gonna be over here long. I'm gonna need for it to be one at a time, cause y'all making my head spin. Now I need a drink. I need some coffee, and I need my mini lion. Thank you very much. Now, man, put me back over there.
I got you. Let me.
Thank you.
Thank you, girl. All right. What Noonie gone? Where Noonie go? This is a mess, y'all. Y'all can go now, I guess. Let me end the show. Okay, go ahead, y'all. I'm just messing with buttons.
So this is what I'm gonna say, right? I was being, baby, I don't know nothing about no cookie. I'm just telling you the truth. Man, I'm just telling you this. I walked away from the beach house a minute ago. Nobody knew it. I haven't been saying nothing. I've been quiet. I told them I was just leaving messy talk because that shit with Rizzy was a lot for me. It don't put everybody the same kind of way, but the person that I am, it was a lot for me. I got a 25-year-old daughter. My daughter ain't never been in that kind of situation. I got a niece that's attempted that, so that was a lot for me. I didn't like the way she handled it. Plus, I knew what she said to me the day before. So again, I walked away for those particular reasons. Never said anything to nobody. Then I get these phone calls, I get these messages. I go into her live a couple of days later. She's sending subliminals across the front. So I clearly put in her chat, listen, I hear you. You know what I mean? So I wanted her to know that I knew she was talking to me, because one of the things that's always said, somebody know you're talking to them, it's not a subliminal. So I made sure she knew. I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth with Noonie, because that ain't me. That ain't me. I did come in hot because I got the messages. She said I sent her those texts. I didn't send her those texts. I sent Private those texts weeks ago. Initially, I told Private not to send it to her. Then I told Private, yeah, you can send it to her. Because again, this is at the time that she's saying stuff about Shari. And so I'm being told Shari this, Shari that. What I basically did was, up top, block Shari out my phone. Like, I ain't got to go through nothing with nobody. If I'm hearing what's being said, I just block you. I ain't arguing with nobody. So they were blocked out of my phone. I wasn't talking to nobody. I moved on about my business. I don't have time for that. So I get a call today from Shari. This is the end results. And then I'm on the phone, me, Shari, in private, you know what I'm saying? And finding out it's just a bunch of lies being told. I'm being told there's other conversations with other people. I've been told this, earlier, a couple of weeks ago. I've been told, you know what I'm saying? Somebody came in my inbox and say Noonie was vigilante. It's like, nah, that ain't true. And at this time, me and her not even talking. But again,
Carrie, Siobhan asked what was said the day before.
The day before about what? Oh, well, when Rizzy did what she did, I called Noonie and I said, that she did what she did. Noonie said, to be lying, that hoe just won't BK's attention. That was her exact words. And I was like, no, she did it for real. And then eventually I did text her. I said, well, no, she is gone. She was like, wow, what? But again, because I know, and then the day before that, when we were in Manny's live, and Rizzy asked her in the chat to unblock her. She said no. I said, well, why don't you just unblock her? Maybe she, trying to be, she said, nah, that bitch said so much about me. So for her to be rallying up and she's going after it, that's why I stayed quiet. I didn't say nothing. I just walked away. Because one thing about me, I don't have to start foolishness. I can just walk away. You know what I mean? And that's how Carrie herself. I ain't been being in your live mad much at all. I'll come in sometimes, but I go into, every morning I'm in Preem's live. After that, I take myself and I go into these DJ lives. I stay away from it because that's what I wanted to do. Right. That was a lot for me. So I had to pray for my mind that day. I had to pray for a lot of stuff because it hit home when that baby did what she did to herself. I just stayed away. So all of this stuff, and then people was coming to me telling me everything. I don't talk to nobody but two people on this back end. And those two people keeps it real with me. When I'm wrong. They tell me I'm wrong, and I love it. One philosophy I live by in my life is if I call you a sister or friend, If I can tell you you're wrong, if I can't tell you that you're wrong, and you can't tell me that I'm wrong, and we still be good, then we can't be good. You know what I'm saying? That's how I live my life, and that's what I stand on. So if I'm wrong, they tell me I'm wrong. They don't ever uphold me in nothing that I do wrong, and I live by that, and I love them for that. So that's why we stay where we are. But when it comes down to all this other stuff, and I'm constantly hearing stuff, now I'm hearing about authentically.
Noni, you gonna tell me you talking about you don't like the way I move to show our private conversation to somebody? When Noonie, all I did was send a screenshot of what I said to you as far as me leaving the live. You made it more than what it was. You called and you talked to somebody. Then you tried to call me as if I called and talked to somebody about something. And that person called me because you had a conversation with them. Nothing else. Simply nothing else. When I talked to private, it was before all of that. And we talked about my mental because I told her it was grieving me. Everything dealing with Rizzy was grieving me. You said some things to me about the situation with this young lady as well. So the way you moving is not genuine. You've done some things that was not genuine in the way that you moved. And you gonna say you don't like the way I handle it? Let's talk about the trademark. My idea, I said we can do this as a whole, and it will be something that we, as everybody that he's targeted, can say we've done this. Then we'll send out this and we'll send out that. And you went and did it. When I said something to you, you said, oh, I can just add everybody's name because it'll be in the last stage. No, Noonie, do it the way you've already done it because that's how you wanted to do it. Noonie, I said to you, oh, we can make this call and do such and such and such. You told everybody else that you've already called and narrowed down where he stayed and never said it to me. I just said to you the other day, Noonie, I think I got 3 different places that I've narrowed it down to. That was your opportunity to tell me you already figured it out, and you never did it. So for you to tell me how I moved when I was nothing but a good, genuine person to you. See, you've been in messy talk for so long till the clarity is not there.
And I stand behind
you
everything I
things
say.
The way you want to see it. And that's fine with me. I'm not mad at you for seeing things the way you want to see it. But again, I left messy talk. See, that day I left your live. That was it. I had the right to do that. I gave a trigger warning. The trigger warning also applied to me. So I left. You turned this into something more. When I sent them a message saying I was leaving messy talk for a while, but I was still here for Beach House, is what my message said. Guess what, Noonie? That means I was still there for you, but I needed to step back because that stuff was too much for me. You don't want to hear that. You don't care to hear that. All you care about is what you care about. So I get it. I understand. I am so done with this. I haven't talked to nobody. You'll call and you'll talk and you'll have these conversations. And then when people call me, you expect me not to say anything, which is insanity. So, Noonie, do as you please. I am fine. Don't tell me you've gained respect for me or you care about me, but then go on the front end and throw subliminals at me instead of handling what we have to handle on the back. You rather throw subliminals on the front end, and then I'm supposed to be okay with it, but you don't like the way I handle it? You don't like the way I handle it? But go on and throw subliminals at me? But that's why I made sure you knew that I knew you were talking to me. I addressed you like I needed to address you. There are a few other things that you did, but I ain't even gonna say nothing about it because, Noonie, I don't care. My mentality is more important than this mess. My mental is more important than this mess. This mess is y'all, not me. So with that being said, I choose not to go back and forth. I choose not to deal with this. You are the reason why it is where it is. Instead of you allowing me to have the space to clear my head from a picture that you described and put in my head, causing me to have a mental break because of the picture that I envisioned. That was it. That's all. That's it. That's all. You may not care about others, but I do. So I step back. But you aren't the only one. There were several creators that was doing shit that was not okay for me. So I removed me. You've made this more. You started doing shit. You went in a chat. You told people to remove themselves because you saw something that you didn't like. Nothing in there had anything to do with Beach House. People were having conversations. That was just you being petty. You saw money back on a table when you could have handled that a whole nother way, but that was you being petty. You made a post on your page about people reaching out to you and you only. That's because you was being petty. And I don't move like that. That's not how I handle friends or people I call sisters. So you moved the way you needed to move, and I'm gonna move the way I need to move. Be blessed, Noni. I wish nothing bad on you. I have yet to say anything bad about you, and I'm gonna keep it that way because I move differently than you. Be blessed.
Thank you,
So,
Noonie, for playing that. All
hold
you
on.
did was
Let me. Can I just say something real quick
you
though?
did. All you
Okay.
did was prove my point. Thank you.
That was a response. That was the response I got when I refunded everyone their money for the table that they contributed for the Black Excellence event. She was upset about that.
That's not true.
Hold on. Let me
Come on.
finish.
No.
Okay.
Don't finish live.
You just said in that voice memo that you left me that I did that to be petty, right? But I did call you at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I told you.
I work overnight. Why would you call me at 5 in the morning? Let's get that
Because
straight.
we always used to talk when you got home from work, but that's not the point. Anyway, hold on. So my point was that I tried to tell her that I was going to refund the money for the table for the event, and she said, I'm sleeping, I'll call you when I get up. Well, I went live and I just started getting in contact with everybody to refund the money for the table. Okay, she came into my live. She was upset, okay? She texted Shari and she said, ooh, I'm leaving the beach house because I'm gonna snap on that ass, right? So, hold on.
The text actually said,
So, hold on.
Ready to walk away from the beach house. Get ready to snap on that ass because you was sending subliminals
all I'm trying to say is that the last time I spoke to Carrie,
Noonie, you were talking about her when she was sending that message. You was talking about her the whole time too. You weren't sitting there innocent, loving on Carrie. That
live is posted. I was not talking about her.
As soon as Carrie
I was
told
talking
you that,
about. I was addressing.
She was 100% talking about me. And then
I was addressing, but you said that you weren't. You said you weren't the only one that was offended by the dog leash comment.
Other people in the live that reach out to you and said something to you as well. You said it's me. You said it was Black Queen. You said it was Star. And I said, I don't care about what other people felt. I care about me. That's what happened. So
right, but I was addressing all the other people. I know you don't care about what the other people felt, but I was also addressing and apologizing to the people that felt uncomfortable by my description that I did on that live that day.
You told me that Star needed to deal with her mental health issues. That's if Star couldn't deal with it, Star didn't need to come up.
Okay, so I'm wrong because I went live to apologize to the people that were offended by what I said.
I'm supposed to address you because you will never be able to throw a subliminal at me.
Again, I went and I addressed all of the people who were offended by my live that Saturday.
The recording, that the voicemail that you just played, because there's a voicemail that I left for you. The voicemail that you played, it did nothing but prove exactly what I said. You didn't make me look bad in that voicemail.
That wasn't the intention. That wasn't the intention. Why would I want to make you look bad?
Noonie. Okay, Carrie, let me ask her something. Noonie, did you call me? Did you tell me that you and Carrie were having issues? Did you not ask me to call Carrie to see if I could smooth things over between y'all?
What happened to Carrie?
Noonie, did you ask me to see if I could smooth things over between you and Carrie?
After you told me she sent you a text.
No, ma'am. You told me when she texted you in that live about the dog leash, you said, Shari,
No, that was Sunday,
you
babe.
said that.
That was Sunday
Okay,
morning after your live. She texted you during your live and she said, I'm leaving Messy Talk for a while. I'm having a breakdown, blah, blah, blah. You called me. You told me, hey, what's going on with Carrie? I said, she's upset about Saturday's live. Give her a call. She's really mad at me. That's what I said to you.
you said, yeah, see if you can.
Why would I lie
Her.
about that?
You said,
I
yeah, you
told you
said
to
see
call
if
her.
things. You said see if you can smooth things over because she's all in her feelings. Da da da. I
Right,
called
but
Carrie.
did she not
Talked to
text you
Carrie.
first?
I
But
talked.
did she not text you first?
She did text me, Noonie. But you
Okay,
was
that's
also
it. So we're all saying the same thing.
But you were also griping about her. It wasn't her just texting. You was griping about her too. Both of y'all were griping about each
You
other.
just asked me a specific question.
Noonie, can I ask, because
ask
y'all gonna
you?
go back and forth. Noonie, can I ask you
Yeah.
a question? What was the
Yes.
point of playing that recording if it wasn't to make her look away? Like, what was your motive behind playing that recording?
The motive of me playing that recording was that she was texting me back and forth. We never had a conversation. The conversation that we did have, we were unable to resolve whatever was bothering her about that live. So she started texting me. I started texting her. That was the last voice memo that she left me before we stopped talking, which verifies that we both said the same fucking thing.
What you got, Kev?
But today, today in this live just now, she said
But she
something
said the
completely
same thing,
different.
though. She didn't.
No,
But
she
she said
said something.
exactly what was on the recording. The
She
only thing that was different. Hold on, baby. The only thing that was different was that she was trying to trademark the thing with you with Kev. That was the only really thing that was different from the
well,
recording.
hold on, because she just sat up here and said that it wasn't her idea. And that recording, she said that was my idea. That's what she was upset about.
I thought both of y'all were on the phone and both of y'all came up with the idea, but then
No,
you went,
that's not
but
true.
excuse me, but then you went behind Carrie's back and went and got it all on your own when you were
That's
supposed to.
not true either.
And again, I wasn't in the conversation, but that's
That's
what you
not
told me.
true. That's not true. Okay, that is not true. It was her idea. She said I went behind her back, but she was the one that
So,
told me to get it
so
going. And so I
Mad
got
Day,
it going.
let me clear that up for you, Mad Day. I never even responded to her up here when she talked about that trademark. I never opened my mouth about it because let me be honest with you. So the trademark conversation happened right after all this stuff with Kev happened, right? And the reason I keep dropping this because I don't want to be up here with Kev. My love for Kev was true. I really looked at him as a big brother, and all of this situation really hurt my feelings. So again, that's the reason I keep dropping. But I'm gonna clear this up for you, Mad Day. So I never responded to her on this panel
Thank
about
you.
that. But this is what happened. So right after that stuff happened, I said, well, Noonie, I fight different. I ain't got time to be fussing with Kev on the front end about nothing. I said, let's move like this. So we're gonna create this sister circle. And this was my idea, 100%. We're gonna create this sister circle. And in the sister circle, I'm gonna create a LLC or a S Corp because I don't believe in LLCs. It attacks your personal stuff. I'm gonna create an S Corp. I said in the S Corp, it'll be all those that are gonna be in the sister circle. There was 5 of us that I was going to put on that S corp. So I said, then we're going to take the S corp and we're going to trademark Bando, the Bando, and the Bando. I said, then we'll hit him differently. He can't use that name. He'll have to come up with something different. So I said that. Okay. So before any of that can happen, Noonie took and she went and started the trademark. She never told it to me. She told it to Shari, and she told it to one other person, right? And then when they came and told it to me, I had a conversation with her. And I never told her.
So why did you ask me how much it was going to cost? Because we were on the phone and I told you I have.
Thank you. Because I'm not entertaining her. So when we had this conversation, I has already trademarked it. I did all of that. We're supposed to do LLC. I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pay for the escort. I'm sorry, not LLC, escort. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pay for the escort. Okay, so that was supposed to be done. So when we talked, I said to find out what the cost of the trademark is. So when we talked, I was gonna go ahead and get the LLC done, but of course I had to talk to each and every person, because if I'm doing an escort, I need to create a whole bunch of different stuff, but everybody needs to be aware of it. I'm gonna pay for it. Right. And so that was the process that I was working on. Before I knew it, she had already did it. So when I found out about it, I'm like, okay, I had a conversation with her just to see if she's going to tell me she did it. She didn't. So eventually I came out and said, well, you already started doing it. So why didn't you tell me? She said, well, it's almost at the end process. I can add everybody's name. I said, no, I'll keep it like that because that's how you want to do it. And I left it like that. There are a few other things that I said to her, you know, and this me, I'm the type of person that sit back and I watch. Right? I let everybody prove themselves to me. I just sit back and I watch. So as I sat back and watched, I noticed a lot of things that I said to her, she would go and do and then take credit for it. And that's how she was moving. And I said it and I looked and I said, wow. So I started pulling away a little bit. And then things just started happening back to back to back. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna move around. And that's me, but I move silently. I don't have to go through all that drama. I ain't got to do all that extra stuff. I move silently. The same way I took when I was leaving Bando, I sent a message to Kev. Now, all this other stuff that happened, like I said, somebody reached out to me and said that she was vigilante. I told him I don't believe so. And then I started thinking and I started looking at stuff and I started looking at how things went. Okay, now I'm looking at the fact that that day, it was a Saturday. I can recall I'm on the phone with Sam. We talking, we kiki, we laughing. I got this text. The text said, go to Susu's live now. Kev on the panel talking about you. I'm about to get in the shower. And so now I'm snapping. I'm like, why would Kev talk about me? I told him that I don't want nothing to do with nothing, that I'm not saying nothing about nothing. Why he talking about me? So I'm going in the live because I'm ready to go off on him because why you talking about me? I sent you the text message. I sent you. That was that. Okay, come to find out, it wasn't true. I get in Susu's live, Susu said, oh, you anointed one. So then Private had the same message. Both of us get this text message from Noonie. How she know what the hell going on? Because Kev's not in his live, in her live. Kev's not in Susu's live.
She must. I got all the text message, so I'm not worried about nothing she's saying.
Wait, well, hold on, Noonie. Okay, but hold on. So what I'm really getting is y'all had a plan to do something against Kev, and then you got mad at Noonie because she did something against you.
No.
Dealing with Kev still. It wasn't like she took something from you. It was still the plot against Kev.
Coffee and Mad Day, and we don't even like each
come
other.
on, like Kev, you know, like
there was never a plot against Kev until Carrie came
there
up
was a plot.
with
She just said that there was a plot, Noonie.
No. There was no plot against Kev. There was never a plot.
I know what the hell I just heard.
Okay,
what does that sound like, right?
I know what I just heard.
Hold up, can I say something? I've been quiet. Can I say something?
She was the one that wanted a plot against Kev.
One at a time.
I was trying to get Kev to leave me the fuck alone.
Okay, hang tight a tick or two, right? First of all, that's the very definition of a plot, right? When y'all coordinating shit and you coming up with a plan and a course of action, that's a plot. That if nothing else is a plot, that's a plot. That's number one, right? No, number two, first of all, number two, second of all, third of all, thrice of all, whichever one you want to call it, you ain't never get threatened. What I said to you, and I said what I said is, if you doing all this shit, you doing all of this shit on the internet, trying to fuck with a nigga. If you end up trying to come to Florida and crash the Bando meet and greet, whatever, then you gonna leave with a well-whooped ass. And I don't hit women. I said I don't hit bitches, but I got bitches that hit bitches. I said what I said and I meant what I said. I didn't threaten you. I'm just letting you know what it's gonna be. That's number thrice. All of this right here is just crazy, right? Y'all would think we was fucking. I don't know which one of y'all dreamed that y'all got some of this ding-a-ling and woke up with cold sweats and your cheeks was wet. Wait, look. I ain't interrupt you. I don't care nothing about all that shit y'all talking about, right? Cause this shit is devious. This shit right here is beyond just like devious and just got a problem. I don't like a nigga. This like some obsession stalker type shit, right? This some stalker type shit, like you monitoring my online behavior, kind of like what's against the law. Like the new Fed laws that were just passed about stalking, internet stalking and shit like that. That's what this sounds like, right? if y'all gonna be acting like this or whoever, I don't give a damn which one it is. One of y'all owe me some pussy because there ain't no way in hell a woman are gonna be acting like this that I ain't fuck. Y'all acting like I'm y'all baby daddy or some shit and I'm behind on child support. This shit fucking bonkers. This shit fucking bonkers.
Again, like I said, that conversation happened when this shit came up and all of that stuff happened, me believing Kev was vigilante. So I said, I fight differently. It was never applied. And Mad Day, she didn't do nothing to me for me to be mad at her. When I left Beach House, it had everything to do with how she handled the Rizzy situation, period. So my mental means more. The way she was moving, I've been watching it. But again, my mental mean more than all of this mess. So I'm not saying that,
Carrie, let's keep it a buck. Let's stop with that.
But you're back on the app doing the same thing that you said you were, your mental wasn't okay.
Exactly.
Wait, hold up, Mad Day. Let me get this out.
What you mean?
Carrie, hold up, Carrie. Stop with all that, right? Because every time something goes down, and whether it was the whole thing with Bando or this shit right here, you always in the middle with messages back and forth. Even when me and Billy was together, you always in the middle. Wait, let me finish talking. Let me finish talking. Right? You always in the middle, right? You always in the middle, whether it's that person, this person, that person, or whatever. You the one in the middle, passing the message, being the one the messages is passed to, and all that other shit. And then you want to sit back and say, "Well, I'm about peace and my mental health and every goddamn thing else." But you the damn spoon stirring the goddamn pot of shit. You should have to lick that motherfucker. You ain't no different than nobody, none of them, right? Because you was in on it, right? The whole thing about the trademark. When you got mad at her because she did it before you, or you found out she did it without you and all this other shit, you had the conversation with her, you participated in the conversation with her, so you was a part of it. So don't sit up here and act like you got clean hands, right? Because you was a part of all of this shit, and now that the shit is hitting the floor and hitting the fan, you want to sit back and act like you ain't got nothing to do with shit. Stop that shit, right? Stop that. You just as guilty, played just as big a part, had just as much to do with everything as everybody else that's in this conversation. So stop the cap.
Okay, so you finished?
So wait a minute, because the reason why she sent me that voice memo.
I'm not Kev, I'm going to respond to you. First off, I never told you anything of the conversation I had with Billy. Never told Billy anything of a conversation I had with you. Because that night, and you spun this lie for a long time, so let's go ahead and clear it up. That night, I stayed on the phone with Billy. I never talked to you again. After you called me that one time and told me that it was over with between you and her, just once the trip is done, that you're done, and I said, Kev, I like y'all together, don't do that. Maybe y'all can talk. That was our last conversation. I stayed on the phone with Billy for about 3 hours. You never knew of our conversation. Never told you about it again. Never talked to you. So go ahead and clear that lie up. Secondly, I never said that I had nothing to do with the trademark. What I just said was what I said. I never got mad at her for doing it. I didn't like the way she was moving, is what I said.
So stop with all this mental health shit then.
Wait a minute, because I didn't interrupt you. You didn't want me to interrupt you.
The hell if you didn't. Stop. Yes, the hell you did. You interrupted me 3 or 4 times. Then stop with this mental health thing. Stop with this mental health thing.
That ain't got nothing to do with the trademark shit. Ain't got nothing to do with the mental health. When I left from there, again, like I said, the situation with Rizzy triggered me because I had a niece that tried it. So again, you can't tell me what affects me or anything else. And I ain't been on the app doing nothing. So you can spin what you want to spin, but I ain't been in the middle of nothing. Now today I got a phone call about all the lies that was told on me. So I addressed it. I wanted to hear it. Now when it came down to the trademark, yes, I said what I said. And you know me, I stand 10 toes down on anything I ever did. Anything I ever did. So yes, I said it, and it was in the beginning, believing that Kev was vigilante and Kev plotted to deviously tell us something. Again, that's what I believe.
That is true. That's true.
Trying to put us out on that shit. So when that came in, I said I fight a different way. I ain't got time to be arguing with nobody online. I fight a whole different way. I believe that Kev was the one that plotted and tried to put me in private out there on a video that he sent us that I deleted the night he sent it to me. So I'm going to stand 10 toes down on what it is. Period, point blank. So yes, that's what I said. I ain't never said I didn't say it. I'm going to tell you what I did because that's Carrie. I stand up and I put my hand on whatever I did. I've never been the one to throw a stone and hide my hand. So you can cut that out. Period, point blank. I do what I do. Now, if
You
she
just gave a
twists it,
whole
she
big
twists
ass word salad and didn't say shit.
So
I
You just gave a
never
whole big ass word salad and didn't say shit.
nothing
no
got twisted here, Carrie, right? You got upset. You got upset.
page. I
You got upset with me because you
that ain't what I
you called private complaining. Hold on. You called private complaining that I went ahead and filed the trademark that you
I
asked
didn't
me to
that's a
file.
lie.
And so
That's a
when she told me that, hold on, when she
no
told me
you're
that,
a liar.
and I'm telling you, I'm not lying about
You're
nothing.
a composer.
Private called
You're
me
a
and
composer.
told me that you
We
had
just
a
sat down
problem
and
with
agreed to hear
the
you in a
trademark, that I did it by myself.
I told
And
you
what I
private was
told,
talking, Carrie. I
hold
told you
on,
private was having them
hold on a
sideways
second.
conversations.
So when I received that phone call from private,
she
okay,
give you that.
when I received that phone call from private, I said, I totally forgot about it. Let me email them to see if I still have time to cancel the process. The guy got back to me. He said I could cancel it. It was a hassle to cancel it. I canceled it. I sent you a text. I said I canceled it and you could go ahead and do what you want with it, and you started flipping the fuck out since that day. So
So
stand 10 toes down on that, because that is the
you
truth, and I have the
so
text messages to prove it.
you're a big
Okay?
liar. So
Okay.
the
Okay.
only way to clear this up, right? First off, you telling me that was much later, right? That conversation been had. One thing I learned about you is that you a lie. Because of the conversation you sparked up today. So the lies that you tell is crazy. But either way, like I said, this happened whenever the fallout originally happened, Kev, about this trademark. That's when it was conversated about. And that's when you had only targeted 5 women at that time. So again, it was
Okay,
going to be 5
let's be
women.
clear. I haven't targeted
It's going to
anybody.
be
I haven't targeted anybody.
okay.
Because verbiage is important. Words are important. I haven't targeted anybody. So stop saying that shit.
Well, that again, I moved the way I moved because why is there anything that's coming out about something that you such us? And I know I didn't say nothing. Private know she didn't say nothing. So where the hell it came from? So again, I felt like you was vigilante or you was putting it out there to do whatever. I never knew nothing about the conversation with you in private, with anything else. I didn't know nothing about that.
But
Now,
So
Carrie,
and
now
again,
speaking
didn't
of
you
that,
say,
I'm
well,
glad
wait,
you brought
but
that up,
Carrie,
right?
didn't you
Wait,
say
hold up.
that
Hang
one of
tight.
y'all told Noonie? Didn't you say that one of y'all told Noonie about the video and that's why you think Noonie is vigilante? Because one of y'all told
Oh,
Noonie
I
about
wow.
it?
told you.
You said
God
that,
damn it, I
Carrie?
told you.
You
I
said
told you.
that,
again,
Carrie?
That
Because private
conversation,
told me something else.
that was a conversation
That
that
was,
I had with Private and Carrie.
thank you.
It
Thank you
had
for
no.
saying that,
Shut your
Shari. I
ass up. You
appreciate
shut
you
your
so
ass up,
much.
Hispanic lady. You shut up, Hispanic lady. You shut your dumb ass up, because you are
That's a
vigilante.
fucking lie, because none of
You
them
shut
told
your
me
ass
about
up.
that. Did
I
you?
hope Donald Trump come and get your ass tomorrow. You shut your dumb ass up. You confusion starting ass Hispanic lady. You see, I knew it was your bitch ass. I knew it was your bitch ass, and you took your bitch
You
ass
better
over there
have
to
proof.
school.
let me ask you
I
a
can
question.
believe and think what
What
I
do you
want
know
to
about
believe and think,
suicide?
motherfucker. You can't regulate thought, Carrie. You hush too. No, you can't regulate thought. I can think and what and believe what the fuck I want to think and believe, bitch. Yeah, bitch. I believe it was you, ho. It was your ass that took your ass over there to Sumu with that bullshit simply because Carrie and Private told you about the conversation we had, and you done took your ass over there hollering you got this and you
Carrie
saw this,
just
that, some
confirmed
other
your
stuff.
That's
conversation
what
That
that
I I believe.
I knew that
That's
was
what
your
I was
bitch ass.
told.
And you had all these people up here thinking that shit. You dumb, stupid ass, slutty ass hoe.
Carrie didn't tell her about no conversation. No, sir.
Whatever. Carrie did that. That's instant. You
Wow.
shut your ass up. You know what the fuck I'm
Wow.
talking about. Regardless of see,
No,
you
sir.
try regardless of the
Wow.
semantics. Regardless of the
No,
fucking semantics, I believe it was you, you slut bitch.
Can
I
I
What
knew
if
it.
I
can I
could
add
prove
to
I
this
knew it
real
different?
was
quick?
you.
Can I
I
add to
knew it
this
was
real
you, you
quick?
slut
Can
hoe.
I add
And
to
you had
this
all
real
these
quick?
motherfuckers up here thinking.
Can I add to this real quick? Because I will say, Noonie, when I seen private and then names get mentioned, you remember you wrote me back and was like, but they don't have any proof that it was them. Why would you have responded that way? Like they don't have any proof, like almost like you thought that it was put out in a safe way that it couldn't have come back to them. Because that's what you wrote me. They don't have any proof that it's Carrie or private. Why would you have said that?
All y'all kids that's telling me to stop calling her names, that shit didn't happen to y'all. That shit didn't happen to y'all. That shit happened to me.
What are
That
you
shit happened to
talking? What
me. So
happened to you,
fuck this
Kev?
bitch. Fuck this bitch.
What happened to you?
Look.
What happened to you?
Don't you say nothing to me, bitch.
I'm not
Don't you
talking. Yo, at the end
don't
of
you
the
say nothing
day,
to me, bitch. Don't you say nothing to me.
Shari, I'm gonna need you to show that I asked somebody for proof, because from the very beginning I've always said I didn't know. But since Carrie said to you,
I'm going back to my own life. I'm going back to my own life.
since Carrie said to you that she believes that I'm vigilante, and she also said that to somebody else, then we're definitely gonna follow up on that, because I didn't know you were running around saying that either,
Because the
Carrie.
thing is this, Noonie, because right, Vigilante, the person that told Susu didn't give any pictures or video, and you never saw the video or had access to it. So Vigilante just told Susu, almost like if it was you, you only could tell it. You couldn't do a screenshot or anything because you never
Yeah,
had a
but
copy
Shari,
of
you're
it.
completely ignoring the fact that the video was sent to more than Carrie in private.
I don't know about
So
that.
that's very reckless of you to say.
Oh, that's what was
Or
told to
rather, I'm
me. That's
sorry,
what was
that
told to
was
me.
very reckless of Carrie to say, because that video was sent to other people. So that's really fucked up that Carrie would go around saying that when I was the only one that stood up for the both of them. But
Well,
that's okay.
you sure nobody told you before you found out? No one in
video
I'm
the
was sent this morning.
1,000% sure.
I don't know nothing about who else that video was sent to. I don't know. I denied it. Sent to me. It was deleted. I don't know nothing about nothing else. I
Noonie,
don't.
do you know the names that of the people that it was sent to?
You're going to have to go back to that live that we did.
No, can you? I'm not going. Just do you know the names? Yes or
Not
no?
off the top of my head, because that was back in October. It was we were in Blaze's live, and somebody sent a message to Blaze and said a list of the names of the people that the video was sent to.
how did somebody? It's all this somebody. Somebody randomly
I
sent
know,
the
I
names.
know. I trust me, I know. And what can Noonie possibly do about that?
Either way, again, don't tie me in whatever. I didn't tell you nothing about no video. Let's just put the
I didn't
spade.
tie you to anything. Shari did. She said
Okay.
that you
Well,
said that you
no.
believed I'm vigilante.
What I said was, I got a message about you being vigilante, and in the beginning, I said
And who
no.
sent you that message?
That ain't your business. And then,
Okay, so then I guess that's Kev's business. So whoever told you that should talk to Kev,
well,
since
I
you don't
mean,
want to tell it.
feel like it's you, then why do they have to talk to Cap? They said what they said, and so they made me think. If that's what their job was, if that's what they wanted to, if that was their objective, they did it. They
Right,
made
but you
me
went and
think.
you
So I
repeated
started
that.
looking back. How did I find out about it? What message came through me? How did it come through? How did you know? Where did it come from? How?
Again, whatever that person told you, you repeated it,
Because
right?
Noonie, they saying you're never Susu's live. So how would you have been the one to tell them, go to Susu's live? She's
Because
talking about you.
if Carrie looks through her text messages, she asked me the same question, and I sent her screenshots because people were sharing the live to me. So Carrie, look through your text messages and look through those screenshots I sent you. I think it was 3 different people that sent me that live and I did go in there and they were talking about this fucking video. So then, Susu was streaming, Kev, I believe. And that's when I texted them to get to Susu's live. So I'm going to have to dig up those text messages to show the proof that I was shared the live.
I'm just going to be honest with you because I know that you, Private, and Carrie had a lot of conversations before. I can't imagine that neither one of them told you that Kevin sent that video and you weren't aware of that video before that. I can't believe it. The way y'all were talking to each other on the back end.
You should believe it because the reason why Kevin and I fell out had nothing to do with that video. Okay? They were still in the bando after I left. So what are you talking about?
But it feels like the person that told Susu was trying to destroy, almost like, because I'm not in it anymore, I'm going to ruin it for everyone.
Or maybe it could be that they were organizing a strike that I didn't know about because I was not involved in that part of it either. I never told anybody. I never told anybody not to support Kev. I never told anybody not to support Kev. And I also never told anybody about, hold on, AJ, because I'm not done. Give me a second. And I also never told anybody to organize any quote unquote strike. So your guess is as good as mine because I kept on going well after the video. Then the video thing happened like a week or 2 later.
Noonie,
what's up?
We already done cracked the case, friend. Just tell us you veggie so we can move on from this part.
Girl, I ain't no motherfucking veggie.
Oh, Noonie, you almost
I'm cookie.
Spanish just then, friend. You veggie and cookie, damn it. But you definitely veggie. Just say it, girl. We don't
and I'm also chosen too.
Who the hell is that?
Another person I was accused of being. Do you know the scammer?
I don't know. You lost me when you said you wanted to take care of Peter Wacker. But what I'm trying to figure out is why you just want to tell these people that you veggie?
Because it ain't true. So,
but you just admitted this so you saying that's true?
Just like people are saying I want Kev's dick, just like people are saying I'm a stalker,
but
just like people are saying I'm cookie, just like people are saying I'm all these things.
So wait,
then do what you want with it.
Hold on, real quick. So you okay with it not being true and saying that you want to suck Kev's pickle? You okay with it not being true and saying that you cookie and chosen? But the one thing you are not okay with it not being true and saying is that you veggie.
I've said it. I've said that about 1,000 times.
That's what I call AJ. Point. You denied everything else. You played into everything else. Played into it.
You've
been accused. No, but for real, Noonie. No, you know I'm gonna keep it real with you though. I'm gonna keep it real with you though. It does make it look like you are though, because you will deny. You'll play along, but you'll deny vigilante or whatever. You won't play along with that or whatever because you know it's you. You're the common denominator, or it's you and the crew. That's what I done came up. It's you and the crew.
Okay, so then I guess you guys can't crack the case.
We done sat here and watched y'all point fingers and all y'all is just pointing at each other, but y'all was doing this shit together. That's why I always say, on these fucking whack-ass mad days that y'all try to have, y'all gotta say what the fuck y'all did. And
but didn't Carrie just come up here and say that I went ahead and did that on my own?
Do that. Just stand on it. Y'all all was fucking messy, and that's just what it is. It's okay.
Nah, you got me fucked up. You got me really fucked up.
You got yourself fucked up because we only listening to you.
You got me really fucked up.
We only listening to you, baby.
You got me really, really fucked up. Because
so
again,
you a vigilante?
Absolutely not. But I can be if you want me to.
Oh, don't play it up now for me, baby. You ain't got to play it up.
Because I've been saying the same shit since
you ain't got to play it up for me.
So I don't even know why I'm talking to you when Carrie's the one that started this.
You talking to me because I'm asking questions. I ain't never came at you no wrong way. I ain't never came at you no wrong way, but I can. So don't do that because I was coming at you very respectfully. I just said what it looked like. Girl, we can't hear you. Your service been messed up. We can't even hear you.
Like I said, I was at work.
Okay, because I'm on the highway. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I never knew about one thing about me. When I had that conversation with Kev, nobody would have ever found out about it. If whoever this vigilante person would have never put it out there, nobody would have found out about it. Because at the time, Kev was my friend. Even with me being upset with him, I don't have to expose nothing. And that's how I move. So I would have never said it. So when it came down to it, again, in my head, I'm believing it was Kev. That's where I was. Why would he do this? That's why I
All
was
right,
so
so
upset with him.
Carrie, can you tell the other name that you told me you thought it was? And I said, don't accuse people if you don't know if that's
When I
true.
came in, you can remember when I came to Susu's, I think Kev was just starting. And he said, I heard him say, go get Sneeze. If they want him to put it on the floor, we gonna put it on the floor. And I went off. When he said,
You're not answering my question,
or the
Carrie.
ones with the video, if they put it out there, they. So I already told you I'm not talking to your ass. You done said enough.
Okay, well,
I'm sick of you.
she said she thought it was
I told you
somebody
that.
else too that was a part of the band, though, guys. And I told her, please
And
don't accuse nobody if you don't know if that's true.
again, so in my head, Mad Day, I'm talking to you now because this was your question, so I am going to answer it.
Okay.
In my head, I believe it was Kev, right? And so I'm upset. I'm on 10. I came in here and I went off on Kevin here, and then I went to Kev's live, and I was trying to go off on him, and he dropped me. And I said, Kev, you always think somebody's after you. Nobody's out to get you. You think somebody against you, blah, 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 blah. He dropped me. Okay, at that point, in my head, I'm still believing it is Kev because, again, I'm on the phone and me and Sam talking. Nothing's going on. We laughing and we joking about other stuff, nothing to do with TikTok. And then I get this text message from her. Go over to Susu's live now. Kev's in the panels talking about you. I'm about to take a shower. That was the message I got. So if I'm getting that message, Sam says, sis, calm down. Sam is the one that came and got me off of Mad's panel. I was going off. So I'm believing it was Kev. So that's why I was so hot with him, because why would you do this? I told you I wouldn't tell nobody about that. I deleted it that night. You sent it to me. We had this conversation. I told Kev, don't you share that with nobody else. I did everything that I was supposed to do as a friend to him. He was so distraught because she was putting out this, and that. So that's where it was for me. That's why I was so upset. So now y'all want to know why I was so upset? That's why. I was blindsided by that. So again, now that I sit back and I said, okay, well, Noonie never goes into Susu Live. I don't remember no text about no screenshots. So I would have to go back and look.
Please do.
I don't remember her sending me no screenshots. But if I asked you, how is it that you knew about it? That means that something in my head was there.
Right. So you asked me about it, and I said 3 people or 4 people sent me the live, and I sent them to you.
It's where I was with the situation. That's why I was hot about the situation.
So now, can you tell the name of the other person you said you thought was vigilante?
I don't care.
Oh, now you don't care, right?
Noonie, girl,
now you don't care,
Noonie,
right?
you say it. Shit, like you just say it. You want us to know so bad. You say it.
You know what? I like to say stuff. Mad Day, understand me, okay?
I don't want to understand you. I'm trying to understand this story. The story is, if you don't want to say the name, you know she's not going to say the name.
Me?
So if you know, because you talk too long and too much, and I can't.
Okay, so then you know what? I'll just do this.
You keep talking and you're not really answering nothing. You over here talking about
I'm going to get all the.
Who was the name?
You don't even have nothing to do with this.
You want it. You don't even know why we have something to do with it, because you brought it to motherfucking TikTok.
So
now you about to make me turn up on your ass because I tried to be nice to you, Noonie, but you don't understand.
How the fuck are you trying to be nice to me, bitch? You ain't turning up on fucking shit.
Shut the fuck up when you talking to me.
Hey, hello. The other person.
Ass to shut the fuck up when you talking to me.
Hello. The other person is Tanya. Okay, can we move on? Wasn't that the other name, Noonie? Wasn't it Tanya that we asked that day because you said she got the video too? And let's be clear.
Who's Tanya?
It wasn't Tanya.
Who the hell is Tanya?
Who was the other person you had us asking, Noonie? Because you're the one who told us that there was a third person that got the video. And if I recall correctly, whoever it wasn't Tanya, it was, shit, what was the other name? It was another name, and we asked them. They was on
It's
Kev
all on the
Live.
video. It's all on that
Yes, and
video.
they hold on,
I don't,
and they
but
made
I
very
don't know
clear,
Tanya.
Tangi,
Okay,
and they
so
made
I'm
Tangi.
not even.
Lisa, Tanya,
Star, what's
Sonya,
up? What you gotta
something.
say?
Anyways, whoever that person is made very clear that they did not NOT have the video, and you're the person who told us that they had it. So I don't know if they lied and told you that they had it, and so you assumed you could put the blame on them when you
So
came and
AJ,
told
you really
truthfully.
believe that two newcomers to the bando received a video privately from Kev and his Ace Boom Coons that been around for 5 years plus? Have it?
What I'm telling you is
Come on.
that you named
AJ, please.
the third person that you're hiding right now. You named them when they
I
went
didn't
up on
name
Kev.
anybody else.
Yes, you
Yes, you
did.
did,
Yes, you
Noonie, and
did.
that's why I'm
Yeah,
saying
Yes,
yeah.
you
you
All
say
right.
did.
the
So since
name.
I
Hold
did, who
on.
are they?
You
Hold
say the
on.
name that you said.
Everybody, wait a second. You named them, Noonie. And after you named them, when they went up on Kev's Live, I specifically, when you named them and I saw that name in Kev Live, I went over there and asked her, whatever her name is, personally. And she said, absolutely not. She never got a
Are you
video
talking
sent to
about
her.
Sunset?
I don't know who it was you named. Whoever the
I
third
didn't
person is
name
that you keep trying
anybody.
to
We got
hide.
the name.
Tangi.
Yes, you did.
They saying
No.
Tangi
Yes,
in
you
the
did.
comments, y'all.
Oh,
It
Tangy?
wasn't
Tangy?
Tangy.
No, it wasn't Tangy.
It wasn't Tangy. But I
I
do
didn't eat.
remember
I
asking
didn't eat.
somebody.
I didn't mention no other name outside
Yes,
of the
you did.
names
Noonie, stop.
that received the video.
You did the same
Wait,
thing
let me
that you're doing
that
tonight.
received the video.
That received the video. You did the very same thing that you're doing tonight. You kept saying that there's another person with the video. You would
No,
not tell us
no,
who it
no.
was, and eventually,
You're conflating two
Noonie,
different things. Carrie
Noonie,
said that
I'm
she
not
thought somebody
conflating.
else was vigilante.
Listen here, girl.
Mm-hmm.
You told us that there was a third person with the video. You, nobody else. When I went to Kev's Live to ask that person, did they receive the video? Before I did that, I talked to Kev and I asked Kev specifically who he sent the video to, and he named the two names that we already knew. He never named the third person.
Okay.
When the third person that you named, now you acting scared to name them, talking about you want to see the video. The third person
No,
that you named came back
no,
on the
that's not how
live.
that happened. Matt, you were in that
Noonie,
live, and
Noonie,
where we got those
please,
other names from
Noonie, that
was
is
Maddie,
because
can
exactly
of
you
how it
tell?
happened,
names.
Noonie.
What?
That's why we're looking at you crazy, because that is how it
Maddie,
happened.
please,
Uh,
we cannot hear three
Mm-mm.
people at one time.
No,
Madcap,
she's trying
can
to.
no.
you please
I'm
tell
not
Noonie to just let
trying
me finish my sentence?
Okay,
anything.
hold on. Go ahead, AJ.
Noonie presented a third name to us. I was knee deep in this investigation because I knew that Noonie was vigilante. I just didn't know how to prove it in that moment. And I went back to my live and told him she was based on the shit she did. The third name that she named that night when I went over to Kev Live, Kev did not hint to that person when I asked him questions. That woman, I asked her specifically, did she ever get the video? And she said no. And the only way that I got her name was from Noonie. Now it seems that she's trying to throw it back over onto this third mysterious person that said that they never got the video just so that there's room for it to not be her. When girl, it is you, and the lies at this point is getting out of control. Just say you vigilante so we can move the fuck on.
Nah, because I never mentioned the third name. The only names that were mentioned was the names that was mentioned in that live, which was Carrie, Private, Sunset, I believe Sneeze, and iHeart. That's it. So what are you talking about? What third person? What third person
Girl,
are you talking about?
the same one you keep
Because if
talking
you were
about.
knee
Who
deep
is
in
it?
the investigation,
The
where
same
did you
one,
get Tanya
the
from?
same third
Where
person
did
that
you
you're
get? You're
talking
not
about.
gonna
I
freak
can't
a freak of
remember
me,
the damn
baby.
lady name. I can't even. I'm not gonna freak of nothing because when you go back and look at the video that you keep hollering about, you said the lady name, and we went and
And
asked the
I
lady
just
when she
said the
went in
names
Kev
again.
Live. No, that ain't the name. That ain't none one. They're one of them names. The name that you gave us that I
And
went
I
and asked
just
the
said the
lady in
names
Kev.
again.
No, it ain't.
Okay.
No,
Well,
it
you're
ain't.
loud
And
and
you
you're
keep
wrong
saying
right
a
now.
third, and you keep. No, I'm not. And you just mad because you damn vigilante and you done got
Yeah.
caught.
Yep. Yep. Yes,
Well,
I sure am.
Noonie, why would you have brought in the other people's names when you didn't have any proof or evidence of anybody else other than Private and Carrie? Why would you even muddy the waters and bring all these other people's names into it?
I didn't muddy those waters, darling, okay? They were brought up in Blaze's recap, and someone texted Blaze and said a list of names. He came over to the live.
You repeated names that you did proof on?
You were there. No, because I wasn't accusing them. I was repeating the names that were said in the live. Shari, you were in the box. So why are you acting obtuse? You were there when you were there.
These were
Blaze
only know of 2 people that it was given to, and that was because myself and Pride and Kev was on the phone together. I don't know of anybody else. I never knew of anybody else. I never told Noonie about the video. So how she knew, I don't know. Ain't my business.
Oh, now it's not your business. All right, we're gonna
I find that kind of funny that it's not your business now. When y'all said y'all talked about everything,
that?
was talking about everybody with everything.
That's exactly the shit that I'm talking about right now.
Never said anything about that video.
Now it's not her business.
The night that I received it from Kev, before Kev even said, y'all please delete that, I said, Kev, you don't even have to tell me that because it been gone. But it's not my business about
Carrie, you gotta stop acting like you all innocent in this, because I'm really about to blow you up, and you know what? It's all right, because
Noonie, you just tried to. You played exactly what I said. So again, I knew that me and Private
I'm talking about the shit that you've been saying on the back end. That's what I'm talking about. Because now what you're doing here is you're calling 3 other people liars. Okay, so I'm glad that you did this, and I got you on that. Don't worry about it.
Now,
Okay,
can you
Noonie.
say something so I can go, because this is
Go
really going
ahead,
to be a big fucking headache. Okay, I was brought up earlier, right? Only people I talk to in the back end are Noonie and Anointed, and I told them both, I'm staying out of this mess. You're both my friends, and that's how it's going to fucking stay. When I had a problem with what Noonie was doing, I talked to Noonie about it, and she told me, for your mental health, check out, and that's what I did. I left. So don't bring up my mental health, whatever. I take care of my mental health. My mental health is good. Noonie never told me not to talk to Carrie, and Carrie never told me not to talk to Noonie.
What I'm saying to you, Star, is that after you had that private conversation about your mental health with Noonie, she came and told me, yeah, Star came to me.
It wasn't like that, Shari. It wasn't a private conversation. She doesn't know the details and the ins and out of anything. I told her, fine, I'll say what it was. When it was talking about sexual assault, it triggered me because I'm a victim of a survivor of sexual assault. And I told her about that. I said, that's why I left. I didn't want to think it was anything you did. I didn't send Noonie any texts. I talked to her on the phone.
I know, and all I'm saying is that, and she told me that.
Well, Carrie's over here saying that she hasn't called anybody and she hasn't spoken to nobody and she's not doing this and she's not doing that. But that's
the conversation right now. You keep trying to move the goalposts.
No. Because you're doing a lot and you're talking.
You is trying to
we're
separate
finding
yourself,
out all
Carrie.
these new
You is
details
trying
that
to separate yourself, Carrie.
No,
And I will say this.
AJ, sorry. It's because Carrie's running around saying that she's receiving messages from people. Okay?
I will say
so
this,
say
Carrie.
what it is.
I
I
will
want you to
this,
say
Carrie.
what it is.
I will say this, Carrie. I do not believe that you and Noonie and Private, I do not believe that y'all set up with the scheme to take this man's trademark of his name and he didn't tell you and you didn't tell her and y'all didn't talk about the pictures. I believe both of y'all told Noonie. And Noonie is vigilante.
No. But Noonie said to you
I
that
don't
I
believe
didn't.
it. I don't believe it.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. They never said anything to me about that fucking video.
All 3 of y'all lying.
Okay.
Can I say something, please? Can I jump in here?
Okay.
I can make this make sense. Because I can make this all make sense, right?
Sure.
Please go on mute if I'm. And first of all, Mad Cow, let me apologize to you for disrespecting your page. You've never done that to me. I fuck with you the long way. I lost my temper. I don't apologize to her, but I do apologize to you.
Thank you.
So let me start there. When it comes to this video, it was Private that said something to Noonie. Noonie is Vigilante, because Vigilante is the one that went and said something to Sumu, right? Vigilante is the one that went over there and said something to Sumu. If Carrie is saying that she never had a conversation with Noonie about any conversation that we had, and Noonie confirming that means that the only conversation left to be had was with Noonie and Private. So that means that because Private is the one that went to the police department and tried to get a warrant for my arrest. I got a phone call from the detective while I was live. Private is the one that went to the police department and tried to get a warrant for my arrest, right? And it was harassing messages and things like that, right? I responded to I was on the phone with the police for about 45 minutes to an hour. I sent them what I had. The very next day, less than 24 hours, they closed. He suspended the case, and now the case closed, right? So Private is the one that said something to Noonie. Noonatic is the one that said something to Sumu, because Sumu, and that's how Noonatic is Vigilante, because Vigilante is the one that said something to Sumu. And the only person that Private would have had the conversation with is Noonatic.
Can I say something? I absolutely agree with Kev, because just like she protected Private today, where Private is the one that sent her those text messages, but she blamed Carrie for it. Just like, she don't have no problem with Carrie maybe taking the blame for the vigilante, when whole time it probably was Private that told her about the video. Again, she tried to cover for Private today and blame Carrie from the message.
I'm not going to That's not true. She clearly said she didn't tell Private that. Private didn't.
Okay,
I don't believe it.
Understand something. Under no circumstances, I said it then and I say it now. Under no circumstances would I ever do anything to hurt Billy and do anything to shame her or anything. I loved her then. I love her now. So whatever people have been saying, I've been taking it on the chin. I was trolled like a motherfucker because they Private and Noonatic tried to paint the picture like I sent something to them to get at Billy and to shame her and all this other shit. That's why the police dismissed it, because I sent everything to them. Y'all need to understand. Y'all can go to my main page and y'all see the post where the detective, the case was closed and dismissed because they saw that she was lying. The only people that don't see that that Noonatic is lying is y'all. The only people that don't see that Private lied is y'all. The only person that could be a vigilante is Noonatic, because Noonatic is the one that Private talked to about the conversation that me and Carrie had. Her and Carrie had. Carrie just sat up here and told the whole story that I told months ago. Carrie just sat up here and told the exact same story, verbatim, that I told months ago. But y'all didn't believe me?
No, months ago you said you didn't send it to us. But let me say this.
I still say I ain't send you shit.
Well, and that's what you're supposed to say. Either way, I'm not going to sit here and let y'all put that on Private, because no, that's not true. When it came down to it, Noonie just said Private didn't tell her either. But again, I don't know who told her. I don't care.
Private did this trifling shit today